outfit is a favorite of theirs. Eyes on GS right now. They have J-Team and WBG in the area. OUG finding themselves in a fight here versus JJH. The knockback onto the King with the counter comes down. He has lost his shield, but throws out the wind walls immediately to help his team recover. But he hasn't got a weapon. He was countered. He needs to find a weapon, and OUG losing a player basically through weapon loss means they have to just give this fight up, and the King is going to get run down. I don't think he's going to be able to escape this one. Meanwhile, GS, WBG, and J-Team all scrapping it out as GS trying to jump in onto these J-Team members. 101 TN has been isolated away, and down he goes. J-Team losing all but one off the back of this.
Tough break, and JJH landing in Sunwing without a Kurumi. Shrooms just being so painful. JL with the Matari zipping Takeda. This comp was very, very popular in the season, but it's kind of been phased out. I'm curious to see whether or not they do good. But Alliance is coming in. We need this Monk team to survive. Alliance needs these kills. We need both of these things to happen. But he immediately gets parried, gets taken down. Cast a curse. I'm sorry, Alliance. Ventus coming in hot with the third party. Kurumi getting flanked and chopped in half by that longsword. Now, JL trying to pick off the scraps as well. Ventus fighting for these scraps, and now the altar being popped out. JLAS Takeda immediately getting blown up. Ventus Sansi showing the alpha. Who's alpha between the Takedas, immediately bullying the other Takeda. Now Fong forced to try to salvage the situation, trying to get away, unable to. Matari not going to be able to do much. No gold up in sight, just going to get juggled and toothpicked to death. No chance, but Ventus, 5 kills off spawn. You'll love to see it. Now Bauda versus JJH fighting for the money. The Naraka Bladepoint with that Moonbane coming in. It looks like the Moonbane is going to be coming from JJH. Bauda trying to get out of the situation. Lion swerving, dodging each of that nasty moon breath, getting out of here, and surprisingly able to disengage and get out of that situation. And JJH with that Takeda Monk Temi to keep the dream alive of Monks making it to this end game, able to secure this money location. And this is exactly what you want to do if you want to get to these end games and you want to level up your carry, your Monk, getting him all the gear he needs by getting all of this money. JJH living to fight another day, using that Moonbane defensively and able to get out. But they're able to keep that purple weapon on Takeda, probably on the Monk as well, salvaging a bad situation into a winnable situation now.
Absolutely. Well, 26 minutes left in the game already. Pretty explosive start. 5 kills on Aventus, 3 kills on a Bowder. Like, there's just been so much action already. Kick it off as GD do not want to take their foot off the pedal here. They're trying to take a fight versus TE. VVV immediately gets himself caught out, chunked out by the Wisp, by the Zephyrs. Everything lands in. TE losing a member, zipped out with the Wushen ultimate, and GD not entirely sure where they went. So TE is just going to pick Leo up and move away to safety. They do not want to be dealing with that anymore. That was brutal. T just got absolutely ripped to shreds in that fight. And it's going to put a bit of a fear in them off the back of that one. We'll have to see what they're going to be able to do off the back of that. But GD, they have found their prey. They're keeping the pressure up onto TE. The question is our TE going to be able to break away from them? As Kakashi keeping himself up with the grapples, trying to get that movement as well with the katana. Does he a bow shot, which actually staggers him, so he actually may not be able to catch up to the side of TE, but TE is still being chased down by GD, although GD are being a little bit more lackadaisical about using those grapples. They are about to time out, and TE, they know that they've got the ult disadvantage, so they're just going to flat down the no ult zone and hope that's going to be enough for them to win this fight. As Dongqing closing the gap up here onto them as TE gonna get immediately jumped onto. VVV getting chunked out already, losing a little bit of HP, but not too much as TXJ gets himself caught. Vertical strike connects onto him. He's chunked already, having to move back. K also gets himself fairly caught out and low HP. Dongqing's keeping the pressure up onto TXJ, catches him with the uppercut, caught out by the tree stump though, which means he's gonna have to step away for the moment, trying to get the damage off as K has already lost his life. Kakashi trying to get away now from TE. TE have actually been able to turn this fight around so effectively. Kakashi goes down, and GD just losing that fight whole-handedly.
That overextension, but OUG coming down hot with the big Viper Sun, catching everyone. They're going to clean everyone up.
No way.
OUG with the great play. They're here to stay, trying to close the gap between TE and OUG. 4 kills on the board. 5 kills. What a great play from OUG with that V1 stun.
That might be the best third party I've ever seen. They got everybody. Normally, when you third party, you kill like one and then everyone scatters. They just murdered the whole team. So they just took everybody out. That was brutal.
That AC-130, as we like to call it, the death from above, Viper Ning with the drop down stun. Now there's still a lot of Naraka to be played in this game. It looks like we're seeing some great disengages from these teams. GS able to get out of here, deny the pressure when they're an ult disadvantage. And you saw TE's great play there when you're in a bad position, because a lot of these teams are running great rage and they know where these 3-ban zones. They're able to disengage and fight on their terms. Now, if you want to kill us now, you're gonna have to beat us mano a mano. No ults involved. The tides have turned. We are now equals. As I say that, GS Takeda getting double teamed here. Who's gonna win the double team situation? GS and does get parry, putting her team in a tough situation. Because of that, her teammate eats all of that parry damage and ends up taking a horizontal from the longsword. J team saying it doesn't matter, we don't need to beat you with our ults, we can beat you with our long swords. Now back to OUG versus XCG. Can XCG turn it around? They've been having a rough first day. Does it continue though? Fighting the top of the lobby. It's such a weird thing to imagine that XCG is not the top of the lobby and OUG is at the top of the lobby instead. Doesn't look like OUG wants to hard commit to this. Yang is coming up. They could either be playing the box or the Yang situation at the top. We do have JT with GSGG Alliance all in the top right. JJH making their way to the other top Yang. EWGGD making it to the bottom right, but to the bottom left, XCG, Bauda, OUG. They see the Moonbane going down onto the Yang, but who is going to claim this here? This is the last game, so everyone seems to be playing fairly aggressively. I imagine any team with a Temi is going to try to at least test Yang here. There's not enough Monk teams to not believe you can win it. I don't see a way that Viper ever wins inside Yang at this level. You see it in EU and NA. Sometimes happens with Vipers that teams will go in, but versus any of these comps, it's very tough for Wu Chen to get value inside of Yang. Outside of Yang, that max range port is amazing, but we got XGG Shionan dropping down with the triple kick, and the V1 Viper stun is about to come down. They do get it. Bauda caught lacking. Bauda trying to peel for his teammate, but it's too late, and now OUG is coming down with the V1. Oh my goodness, so much grief coming down at this Yang. XCG a little bit too early to celebrate. The same thing happened to them, and Bauda as well gonna get cleaned up.
There's no way SS has landed this many multi-man stuns. Like, there's been a massive debate for a long time. Well, not a debate. It's been a known fact for a long time that VV is considered the best Viper in the world. SS is putting a strong contention in to be the new best in the NBPL. Like, they just absolutely landed multiple man ultimates there. Absolutely huge. Oh, TE! They get caught out mid-air! That was brutal! Their health bars are destroyed by the staff from Uran. TXJ gets a whole bunch of damage back onto him though. Gets the charge click off there. Is trying to finish up Uran. Uran picks up his staff once again. TXJ gets countered by 2-tick. He's going low. They're going to try and grab their weapon, but he's unable to get the katana in time. He's being juggled back. TXJ, low HP, finally been able to finish up Uran as we have a TE disadvantage. EWG have this. This is all on TXJ to win the 1 versus 2. Scale rushing forward towards 2-tick. Trying to break away, trying to use that line of sight to the best of his ability, but he's caught by the grapple. This is going to be the end of days as EWG win the Realm of Yang.
EWG pulling that great upset there, and I was saying, I don't see how Viper wins in Yang. Even if you're TE, going into Yang and getting value off that Wu Chen port, you end up just porting into a Merciless, getting juggled immediately. But it's a great play by EWG to recognize exactly where that port is and denying any of that spacing value. I wonder if TE is able to come back and find a way to secure their win for the day. Now, Ventus, with this replay, going to be fighting against, what is this? GD? Looks like GD immediately gets one of their players executed, but Sansi, unfortunately, that horizontal just goes through Don King. Able to get a double parry here with the sap. The V2 from the zipping ends up saving him, but again, this longsword beams, it's just, there's not a parry button coming from GD. They end up just getting cooked by horizontals with this longsword. What is this? Slowing down here, actually speeding back. We were in the bush, now we're back to fighting WBG versus GD. I believe one of these people have Yang stations, but WBG's Jing having that Yushan odds gonna cut right through this Temio. GD's Takeda shoving and mashing PP on that Karumi. He's trying to stay inside the healing circle, unable to. This Takeda absolutely harassing him. Sleepwalker trying to peel, not having any success, getting staggered, but Jing doing a great job on this Yushan, keeping his team healthy and alive. Now, EWG's coming in with this third wave, fresh off their win of TE, coming in hot, shredding everyone. WBG's Jing at that low hit point, still trying to peel for his crewmate, for his team, but JL's team is coming up. This Monk team is not going to be able to survive this amount of third party. PB's doing her best job, but another Temio coming out. It doesn't look good for our Monks. They're all getting shredded. Ventus picking up the pieces of this Monk team. Now EWG as well picking up pieces. TE needs those soul balloons coming in, lurking in the shadows in that bush. Looks like VVV is going to be coming in as soon as his team catches up. He scouts it all up. They're going to be looking to grab some soul balloons. Leo, VVV need to find a buff here. If they don't, they will be eliminated from today, and OUG has a chance to take the lead. But Ventus, EWG end up getting taken down. One of the buffs go getting slurped up by TE. TE looking for more kills, able to find and solidify their lead against OUG. They had a 10-point lead. JL doesn't want to be another victim to TE. TE with a ton of momentum. They still have their ults. They still have their Wu Chen ult. They pop their Takeda ult. They pop their Viper ult, but they still have their Wu Chen ult. They can still force this advantage onto JL. They're zipping, getting caught out right here. TE doing a great job finding all of these kills, finding these three teams and cleaning up everyone on the brink of being eliminated, but still rallying back. JL's trying to survive versus TE with no ult. And it looks like JL's gonna be cleaned up. TE with a massive play. The boys are back. They're claiming their place at the top today. Love to see it, Hitbrain.
Yeah, really nice there coming in from TE, able to cleanse off that Roman Yang debuff, able to hold fast. I may have got a little bit hairy for them, and they're having an absolutely phenomenal performance. Look at the amount of kills they've got at this point. 11 kills in. Really, really solid stuff from the side of TE. And they have bounced back in style. OUG, though, are keeping up. They have 8 kills in their pocket. They're also feeling pretty good. Ventus have 10. Honestly, if I'm JL or J-Team right now, I'm kind of sweating because they haven't done enough to hold on to their top spot. Honestly, they could get knocked out by Ventus right now, who are honestly marginally behind. And with those 10 kills, as long as Ventus get a good multiplier, they could jump into top 3 by the start of for the start of Sunday. They even get a bounty on J-Team, so the team that they want to be taking out to overtake, they now know where they are. They now know how to take them out. So scary times for J-Team right now after all of the back of all of this action, but are hitting a slightly slower point of the game where she just going to do a bit of shopping after all of those fights. There's a lot of teams up in the north there, so expect to see a fair amount of action break out around there. Can see GS, J-Team, Ventus, and Alliance all in the area. So if J-Team want to get some kills, this could be their opportunity to do so. OG trying to see, OUG, sorry, trying to see if they can contest this realm of Yang. I don't think they actually have any interest in going into it. I think they're more interested in third-partying anybody who wants to go into it themselves. I don't think they got the fight they wanted, so they decided to back off. And it's going to be WBG versus GG inside this realm of Yang here. See how this is going to go down. 3-3-0 on that pillar, just staring down at the other side of the fight. So we are going to see them all go up. On the other side, it is Ventus versus EWG inside the realm of Yang. Sleepwalker catching out immediately on to 1. Miss Kia takes a big chunk of damage there from Sleepwalker, who's just trying to dodge away. He's got himself that staff, so he's going to be able to do a fair amount of work. And here we go, the Sleepwalker special. He's going to transform up. Going to look for those grabs. Misses out on that first one, unfortunately, as LXM now using the pillar to get behind. It does look like WBG threw down both their transformations at the same time, so we'll be de-transforming around that same mark, which is typically normally a staggered activity between them, as 3-3-0 just about avoiding away on getting grabbed. Sleepwalker is able to grab Miss Kia, is trying to look to grab LXM, is going to get the slam down. The follow-up slam comes in from Jing. The D-transformation comes out from Sleepwalker. Jing still got his for just a little bit longer, but it is going to finally time out. And now at this point, GG should have the advantage in the fight now that the transformations have worn out, but the health bar's a little bit low. It feels like they're trying to find an opportunity to breathe, a space where they can fight into it, as LXM avoiding away on Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker using that staff very effectively, but Sleepwalker loses his armor, pops the bell. In comes the Kurumi healing. Gets the bot back from LXM onto Sleepwalker, but he's healing back up the full HP pretty much at this point, as 3-3-0 gets caught out by the staff. LXM also getting caught out. Jing does go down, so GG have the man advantage, but the staff from Sleepwalker is absolutely ripping the health bar to shreds. GG now at that disadvantage. They're looking to finish up PP. He's going to go down, and now they've got the man advantage. Sleepwalker will be ganged up and finished up. He can't 1v2, or can he? Counter comes in. Sleepwalker does it. 1 versus 2.
God. The parry bell. That free 1 extra parry traps them both, and they finally get taken down. I was about to say Sleepwalker is trolling, not using that Merciless to peel for his teammate, but he comes in clutch with parry 4 times in a row, catching them lacking with that frame 1 parry. Now Alliance versus, looks like AUG. AUG trying to solidify their spot at the top, putting down Yushan immediately. Alliance does have this monk ult. They still can potentially get a double grab. Kurumi circle does come out. OUG pressuring this monk, frying his legs over and over. The Kurumi lucky, not even going for the res here. Waiting, but now Ventus is going to be coming in hot, and Alliance, just unfortunate for them, nowhere to go, no more cooldowns. He does get the parry bell, but Ventus with this buff, there's no way that Lin can survive this situation. Just last ditch effort. Alliance, their day has ended. Valiant effort from Alliance. They were winning, they were doing decent versus the previous scene before they ported out, but now we're gonna get EWG versus I believe this is J Team. EWG's looking really scaled up. Juice, this Takeda's coming in hot with the RMBs on the pole sword, poison mushroom coming down. J Team taking a massive amount of damage, forced to port out. Will they be able to track them down? EWG takes this guy Xiaoliu, looking for where they went, but looks like his EWG's ankles get broken here.
Yep, that's 2 times now where both OUG and OUG and J Team able to use basically the perfect timing on that ultimate from the Wu Shen to get away. OUG, they got their kill. That fight started to go a little bit bad. They saw the third party coming in and said, this is our perfect time. We won't get chased. So they just zip out, revive their teammate who went down, and then are just going to step away quite happy. EWG, they've not got much longer. They got 1:40 until the Realm of Yang debuff finishes them up, and what has been a disappointing day for them will be finalized in a disappointing manner. So quick repair, quick recovery, but they use their ultimates versus J-Team. It's so hard for them to find a recovery at this point, as J-Team are just jumping around in the distance, almost taunting EWG. Ventus are trying to chase up potentially as well, as Xiaolue on the run now is going to find himself pinned between multiple people, as J-Team going to try and open up this fight onto Xiaolue. EWG closing in slowly but surely, but all J-Team really needs to do is get a bit of damage and survive for a minute. If they can do that, they get the kill credit. So this is basically free kills for them at this point, the longer they play this fight out. And in comes the Viper stun as well from ZK onto 2-Tick. We'll be able to grab him out with that one. As soon as the man advantage is sealed, that should just be enough for this to be done so. Vertical strike after vertical strike coming out from ZK, as he is landing all of the damage necessary for J-Team at this point. And EWG, they just don't have the power. They just don't have any fuel left in the tank. This is the end of days for them. Eliminated from the lobby. And J-Team gets some aggression in, and it pays off for them. They're able to turn that fight around. Meanwhile, here in the field of Poppies, a whole bunch of teams are all fighting out. GG's Miss Kia is able to step forward as 3-3-0 finishes up AS. Remember, GG, they need to get these Soul Bloom essences. They got 40 seconds left themselves. Miss Kia did get 1 kill, so they should get Soul Bloom onto 1 player, meaning they should be at least somewhat safer for now. But this is not going to be good for GG. 36 seconds left to find at least another kill. If they can get 2 kills, 2 players stay alive, their possibility of staying in this game even higher. But with 25 seconds, I think they might be out of options at this point. I think this might just be the end of days. They're going to try and gang up onto water, but Godly comes in with a counter, finalizes a kill there as well. And GG, I think it's all but over for them at this point. It's 3-3-0, also going to get himself ganged up, finished up, and the overcomer is all they need to finish up 3-3-0. Jumps him into the zone, scale rush forwards, and down he goes. Water secures the kill.
Oh my goodness, I just realized how many kills Ventus has. They're going for the record today. They have 16 kills on that Takeda Temi. JJH also having a great game. The last Monk standing. That's Monk, Temi, Takeda. And this is one of those end games I was talking about, Hitbrain, that if the Monk gets here, this is one of those ideal circumstances with trees involved. Not that many places to line of sight, but able to still deny some of that Viper pressure. They're going to be in a good position to get even more kills here. OUG staying very, very consistent, nipping at the heels of TE. This is also a good place for their Viper. So I'm really, really curious to see how well they're going to be able to navigate this endgame. There's 27 people alive. I don't see the lobby getting thinned out anymore. There's just too much of a threat of a giant third party. GS also doing super, super well, getting that gold armor onto that Takeda. They're going to be stacked here for this endgame. We're going to check out this replay. This is the play we saw earlier. The giant stun by OUG SS. Getting 5 stuns here. Getting this extra silence and wiping out these 2 teams. And it's even crazier. After this, we see the re-stun after XCG comes and does this stun, and SS again gets this massive stun on everyone, and the team's just feasting, getting all these kills, unable to get that. Oh, and actually be able to secure the last Takeda kill. This ends up being huge. Picking up that kill on Bound.
2 massive stuns in a row from SS. That's absolutely massive.
That's just great tactics from the leadership of that team. Putting them in and putting your teammates in a place to succeed is really, really big in trios. Now, as I say that, OG SS again gets another great stun.
XCG do take the kill away from OUG off the back of that one. That's a bit of revenge for that previous stun we saw earlier on, as XCG are just going to hold this high ground. GS are not going to be able to get up. Xiaohu, unfortunately, they are going to be knocked out of the game, and I think we're at the point where it's going to be a little hard to find a rebirth charm or anything like that, as OUG probably just looking now at this point to try and build up that rage bar once again onto SS, so he can look for another one of those big tactical stunts onto the whole lobby. 26 players left in this game right now. 6 minutes until the circle has fully closed, so a bit more time for the side of OUG to build up some of that rage. Already at 41%. There's LXM from GG desperately trying to get away. So we'll see a replay of this fight. This was such a clutch fight by Sleepwalker. Just that massive double parry, like you said. I called this fight as over because look how he loses so much health as well. It's like he's just chunked, and he just somehow finds the stagger or the staff, and then bam, gets the parry in and finishes them all up. Absolutely phenomenal by Sleepwalker. He's now got the golden staff. I mean, he's already got the soul jades for the staff setup as well. Like, this guy is terrifyingly strong now.
That sap is just so big, and it's one of the reasons when your opponent is at 1 HP, there's almost no reason to throw a blue. You're either covering the parry or you're light attacking him to not give him any opportunity to bring it back, because until you know that your opponent doesn't have a sap, you cannot give that parry up, because what sap does is it not only does way more damage in one swing, so you can't even gold FF to defend your teammate, it's also going to heal your opponent. So it's one of the strongest comeback mechanics in the game, and you just have to completely deny that option or something like that happens. And I know WBG's mental is through the roof, but on the flip side, when your team gets 2v1, that is devastating, because you just realize, like, man, we just messed up. We just let them come back in, make a play when we could have easily played this very consistently, denied that situation, even just healed up, not forced to kill, or just light attacked him, forcing the stagger while one of us goes for the parry. Going into this end game though, 25 people alive. It was 27 people like 5 minutes ago. Only one person inside, and Sleepwalker in that monk form. Is he gonna get value? No other monks here to pressure them, and this is one of the tough parts when you're the only monk in the lobby. Everyone else is concentrated on you, trying to dodge your actual monk. But now, with the Viper roll coming out, there's an opportunity. Sleepwalker does get this grab and able to pick up this kill, and the rest of the lobby explodes as they scramble to find good positioning. Now Sleepwalker, it's all you can eat buffet. Monks going for grabs everywhere. We had JJH Godley in the background also looking for tons of grabs. This is the last game of the day. JJH is trying to get some kills. This is where monks shine. They want to pick off more. Unfortunately, the Yushan from WBG comes over and it's just griefing their team. Their Temi does get taken down, and now all they have is this monk and this Takeda, but the rest of the lobby is coming in. The Overcomer, you see, plowing through the center of their team, and TE, the second that monk detransform, this is when the aggression from the veteran teams come in. They're looking to pick up all these kills. OUG wants to keep neck to neck with TE though. 11 kills, 10 kills. OUG keeping pace with one of the strongest team in the game. OUG showing that they are coming here to play. They want to get first place. Same thing with JL. Same thing with J-Team. J-Team with 9. Ventus with 16. Losing a member here though. J-Team has the best position here. They're looking to secure this at the high ground. But JT does get taken down. Unfortunate.
That was J-Team that got the kill as well there. That's a big pickup onto one of their rival teams who... One of the people who will be contesting them the hardest. Absolutely enormous pickup. Sleepwalker, though, is picking up a bunch of kills as well for his team. WBG cashing in. Some serious number of kills being picked up on all sides. J-Team hold the high ground, though. And that means they control so much of the power of the lobby. Will be forced down as the zone slowly but surely creeps towards them. And we'll force them off this high ground. But for right now, they are just raining cannons down. Jing is low HP. They're unable to make it connect as ZK almost slides off his high ground spot there. Just trying to get himself the repair in on the cannon. Continues to get that fire off. Is going to look for the big old Viper stun onto the lobby. Who can he catch is the question. Catches onto PP. Switches out into the dual swords. PP's caught. PP's chunked. He's in the zone. And ZK secures himself the kill. Is going to jump back in where Jing is. Jumps up to the rest of his team. That's another kill picked up for J-Team. I think they just got the slam onto ZK. No, he's able to break away. Sleepwalker looking for a bit of revenge here. Desperately trying to get this high ground away from the side of WBG. Unable to do so, unfortunately, as VVV has been grabbed, has been slammed. Not going to get finished up. A Sleepwalker now can slide down. Eagle going to recover some of that armor for himself right now. As can't see where ZK is. He has rejoined up the rest of his team. Cutting that down onto the low ground though. 101 Tien going in with a Tiger. Finishing up everybody he can. Low amount of health onto those players, but not able to finish them up quite yet. Sleepwalker's going low. 101 Tien's trying to finish him up, but he's being harassed by the Terracotta Warrior. Is going to jump back down off that high ground as Jing, low HP. ZK's trying to force LXM away from this ground. WX98 is low HP. That's going to be the kill for J-Team's Eagle. They have got themselves a grip. This could be their final game of the day. If it ends in a win, they've got the highest percentage win chance. They need to deal, though, with Ventus. They need to make sure that Ventus don't get any of these kills. They're losing every grip hold. J-Team have this game in the bag. It's all but done. They just need to finish up. WX98 is low. The stuns are coming in as they're going to finish up Ventus's WX98, securing themselves every little bit of damage they can do onto him. But J-Team are going to go down to the zone, but they finalize the kills. They finalize the game.